Welcome to Emancipated Studio. Welcome my uncle, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block.
Salute, 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 salute. I'm going to just let y'all know tonight I will not be real long-winded, nor will I be having a long live. First of all, I have a special guest in the building today. Sister George is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Don't worry, Sister George, we will not be here long. I'm just going to give a quick summation of things that has happened, things that is going to take place, and where we are moving from here. Because we had an awesome weekend and we have going to have an awesome week. So stick around. I guarantee you, I know you are hardest working woman with running all them channels and whatnot. So just hang around and just get to the information at hand. And then we got Perry Unlikely in the house, Miss Mills in the house, and to my brother, the beautiful Lie. We were definitely cooking on my community tab, and it was awesome conversation and, good conversation. And I loved it. And he's catching me at the right place at the right time. To Vaughn. What's going on, Sir Vaughn? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's give a big, warm shout out to Sir Hale Speaks, who got his 1K and is monetized, done had his party. We celebrate the good wins over here. We do not celebrate evil, but we celebrate good. So now, as they say, as Malcolm X would say, I welcome my family, my friends, my associates, and I know my enemies are listening. But it is okay because we are going to rise higher than anybody could ever imagine. Why? Because we now got the fire, the trajectory, and we definitely ain't looking back no more. So let's give a big shout out for where we going and where we're headed. Now, I asked many people on my community tab dealing with the manosphere, and many of you that was there knows that I've been on Bernard Riley's show for almost 4 hours. So this is almost like me being like Edward Anderson, one of those talk back to the live that you was on. But I'm not really going to talk about the Bernard Riley situation and the manosphere situation. We're going to save that for tomorrow's live performance. And we're going to have a special guest. Edward Anderson is going to be in the building. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all need to read. I got it on the community tab. If you think this brother isn't intelligent, if you think this brother can't hold it down, y'all read that part on his community tab and see how intelligent he is. And I guarantee you, tomorrow, you might as well just get your pen, your paper, get your Pepsi, your coffee, your Coca-Cola, whatever. Sit back because he's definitely going to be enlightening. He's going to be engaging, and he is going to bring education, but he's also going to bring the fire. Let me also welcome Chef Shapino in the house. Benita 16 is in the house. Salute, salute. Now, there's also something else on my community tab because, as you may or may not know, the on the block means that I travel these YouTube streets. And a very deep dive conversation happened on Spittin' Fire's channel. She was giving commentary to that channel and explaining some things, and we was watching various videos that Kwame Brown did. Shout out to Kwame Brown. And it was a very interesting subject, and I wanted to take a quick dive into that subject. And I want to help some men, and I want to help some women to try to get an interpretation. And the message tonight is, why do men behave badly? Why do men behave badly. Salute to you, refuse to lose. And the issue comes from two different sources. And you've probably heard these terminologies or these ideals on these YouTube streets. And it's called operating in your true manly masculine frame, or are you operating out of your feminine frame? Before we go, let's give a big shout out to Millennial Mark TV. Shout out to my brother, Uncle Stood, an old man on the block, putting the work for the community that's much needed. Your message will get out. Just know that they can hear you now or hear you later, but you will be heard. I'm going to let y'all know, I'm quoting that last part. You'll either hear me now or you hear me later, but the results will be happening on a daily basis. Shout out to Millennial Mark TV. Back to our subject. You have men that knows how to operate in their total masculine frame, but then you have men who are operating in their total feminine frame. So let me give you an example. When a man who is operating in his total masculine frame, one of the things that you will understand, and let me speak to the ladies, when a man is operating in his masculine frame and he approaches you and he wants to court you or date you or speak to you, if you tell him no, he say okay, and he just goes his other way. Why? Because we are assured of ourselves. We know ourselves. We understand ourselves because we understand that a no is not always upon themselves. To tell a man no, it just means he's going to move on. To tell a man no, it doesn't mean that he's less than a man. Why? Because he is assured of himself. But when you find these men who are operating in the energy of femininity, they can't accept the no. As a matter of fact, it becomes so feminized that I think the ladies that's in the chat can relate to some of the mannerisms in which they perform. You find that these feminine men can't accept no for an answer, because these feminine men become very emotional to the point where it becomes what some people would define as narcissistic. But the reality is, it's not narcissism, it's feminism. Oh, I'm about to step on some toes today. Are y'all all right out there? Y'all all right? Give me a one in the chat. I need to know if y'all all right. Can we talk about this tonight? If we can't talk about it, we'll find another subject. Can we talk about it? You'll recognize how they operate. Why? Because as soon as you reject them, they feel and they believe in themselves that they now have to become what I call the stalker. Oh, y'all not ready for this. Yeah. My big sister is in the house by 2 months. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. See, and so when these men operate in their feminine, ladies, I need you to understand, these men are the ones that are the stalkers, because they can't take the idea that you rejected them. Why? Well, let's talk about the feminine of the woman. Don't you women want to have total attention on you, right? You want to be adorned. You want to be spoken of. You don't want no one to see you but the man that loves you. But now with these feminine men, they're operating just like you. They only want to be seen as themselves. Salute to Sister George. Thank you. They only want to be identified as they're in their whole self. They get so emotional and so wrapped up in their emotions that they don't even realize that they're operating like a woman. See, ain't nothing wrong with a woman acting like a woman. I expect a woman to be emotional. I expect certain characteristics out of a woman. I even expect her to be able to talk a certain way as a woman. But what you find with these feminine men is that they don't just talk like a woman, they begin to act out like a woman. What do I mean? They cannot comprehend a no. They are not developed in their maturity of mindfulness. Let me say it again. They are not mature in their ideology of manhood. So let me explain to the people in the back and to the people that I know that's listening. See, you can understand how they're operating. Why? Because feminine men, and I'm not talking about the alphabet community. I'm talking about feminine, the spirit of a feminine man operates so emotionally that they become dangerous, not only to the Black woman, but they become dangerous to the Black community, especially to the Black men. So we must understand that these feminine men are very dangerous to the Black community. One of the greatest wisdom words that you'll hear is that let Uncle Stu tell you a little story. You get a boy with his mother, and they're going down the road, and the boy, everywhere he goes, he's picking up fruits and he's picking up berries, and the mama comes in and say, "Hey, don't do that, son. Don't do that." But the boy doesn't receive consequences. So he goes further up the road. The sun is now hot, and he goes into another man's yard and he takes what belongs to that man. And the mama go, "Son, don't do that. You know that's wrong," and give him a little slap on the hand. But he still got what he stole from the man. Now, storm has come. A whole snowstorm has showed up. And he said to his mama, "I'm cold." And his mother said, "Well, let's go to the elder of this village, and he will help us to get warm." So he goes to the elder of the village, and he asks the elder of the village, "I'm cold." "Salute, salute." "Yes, sir." And he says, "I'm cold. I'm freezing. I want you to make me hot." And the elder says, "Okay, what I need you to do, young man, is I need you to go to the woods and gather some kindling, some medium, some thick, and some real small. And after you gather it, I want you to come back here, dig up a small hole, put the kindling on top of it, and then you're going to take two rocks and you're going to smack the two rocks together, and it's going to keep you and your mother warm." But the little boy said, "No, I want it now." And the elder said, "Well, young man, I'm trying to teach you how to get warm, how to build a fire. And you can use that fire, and you can put a pot over the fire. You can boil some water, and then you can go and get some things from the garden and put it in that water and be able to not only have water, but have good vegetables in the water." And the boy says, "I don't want it. I'm am whole right now, and I know how I'm going to get it. The little boy burnt down the village in order to be warm. I'm going to let that soak in for a little bit. Moral of the story is the little boy burnt down the village and the elder in order to be warm. We have too many feminine men who is willing to burn down the village and the elders of the village, which is the knowledge and the wisdom of the village. Why? Because they're operating in their femininity, and many of them have never felt what it really means to be developed as a man. They never realized that it takes work, internal work, to be a man. They never recognize that accountability is what a man is. And so what we have is a lot of people who are operating so hard in their feminine that they would rather burn down the village, including the elders, just to be warm. But guess what? They don't even have the knowledge that when all of the village burns down and all of the elders is gone, what they going to do? What they going to do? You have, within the African American community, and I just got finished doing, as I said, a 4-hour live with Bernard Raleigh. Let me give y'all another story. And I just want to hear how you want to respond. You work 80 hours a week to earn your money. I want to know from the people in the chat, after you've worked 80 hours, should you give up 50% of your earnings to someone that won't work? If you are willing to give up 50% of your earnings after you work 40 hours a week, give me a 1 in the chat to say you'll be glad to give up 50% of what you work for. I just gotta understand. I just want to throw this out. So let me see in the chat. Everybody that's willing to do it, let me get a 1 in the chat. Say, I'm doing it. Refuse to lose, say, no way. Vienna said, no, Vaughn just got the look. Like, what? Refuse to lose says, not for nonsense. Let's see. I want to read this quote. Sorry about that, New Growth. He says, let's not say they haven't realized they never was taught. Accountability for both sides. We can't sit back on the soapbox like we didn't fail them. Well, let me go to that question. I think that's very good, because one of the things that I said on the Bernard Raleigh show was that Generation X failed the last generation. Now I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that. I'll stand on that. So let it be known that Uncle Stu did say, yes, Generation X did fail. And he's right. But now here is the question. When that generation comes back and recognizes the errors of their ways and clean themselves up, and then comes in and says, listen, I found a better way for you to do the things you do. There is a change. There was a historical time where you can get out of high school, go to college, get you a good job, working for the city, the state, or the government, and have it good. Absolutely. We know it statistically. We did it. But times have changed. So we got to recognize that the methodology has to change. Kids can't nearly come out of high school now and get those good jobs. Absolutely. But one thing we can do is begin to implement the good tech jobs. And I've had a bunch of people on this platform who knows that knowledge, got the knowledge, and got the tech, and can show you how to get those certificates and soft-hearted degrees to move your economic ability up. So I agree, sir. But here's the problem. Here's something I had to wrestle with. If I give you the solution, are you willing to put in the work? You're right that some of us that have succeeded and made it shouldn't be standing on the soapbox. And if that's how you perceive what I said, I'm man enough to say sorry, because that's not the perception. Or that's not how I want this to come across. But what I will say is those elders that's willing to put in the work, put in the study, put in the time to give you a solution, how about you try it before you reject it? If I'm willing to put in the solution and the time, are you willing to do the work? I'm not sending y'all to college. Right now, my people's trying to send you to what? Trade school. Oh, I know new growth that you wasn't speaking to me, but I think that it still needed to be brought out, because I think my millennials, my younger millennials, as well as I think what they call them Gen Zs, they need to know that Unc doesn't come from the soapbox mentality. But at times, my tone may sound like I am coming from a soapbox or a place of higher. So I just wanted to, bring clarity to that. But are you willing to put in the work? I'm going to tell you. Salute, big bad bull. It's going to take work, ladies and gentlemen. We just got finished watching the stats on the marriage. I'm about marriage. If you're single and you want to be married, and I done seen the statistics, I want to help you men get there. But it's going to take work. The road may get tough, and it isn't easy. But you can get there. Ladies, you want to be married? You got some work to do. The road might be tough, but you can make it. I believe that you 20 and 30 something, I just want to stay right there for the moment. I don't believe that y'all as bad as other people may say it. I have watched the 20s and 30 somethings on this platform. And let me say this. I understand that sometimes looking at older people do act foolish. Older people are sitting here living vicariously through you, and it's sickening. There are older people who are, y'all wouldn't know this show, but it's called Married with Children. And Married with Children was based on a man by the name of Al Bundy. He was married with children, and he always lived the fantasy life of what he was like in high school. His whole thing and his buddies always reminisce about high school. Brown eyes call it having the 50 years old, but you what they call that when you're fantasizing about when you're a child. Midlife crisis. That's what I'm thinking about. Midlife crisis. Now, I'm not talking about every grown Generation X, but I do see the buffoonery. I do see men who are gathering you at 20 and grabbing you at 30 and living vicariously and giving you information that is not going to lead to your revelation. I have said from the beginning, help me. Thank you, Vaughn. Peter, yeah, for all my tech research people, Peter Pan syndrome. Absolutely right. So what I need you men, let me talk to my brothers. If you are living in your emotional feminine, don't blame, no need to be blaming anybody. Let's work on it. If what I've said hit you some kind of way, because you're operating in your feminine, I'm not here to condemn you. Let's work on it. Because you can't be blamed for something you don't know. I can't blame you for something you was taught. I can't blame you for how you was raised. I can't blame you for things that you was given. Let's make the change today. Uncle Stu, his team. Let me let everybody know. This is called the Emancipated Studios. The word emancipated comes from a tree, and the tree represented, and still to this day represents, when the slaves became free. And when they became free, the first thing they did was get educated under this tree. Today, they call that tree Hampton University. The tree here represents you coming to the Emancipated Studio with your enslaved mind. But when you leave tonight, just know that today is the day you begin to break those chains off of your minds. Help me help you. I proved with impeccable evidence that you can put 7 men on a panel and none of us talk about women. We talked about the mission. All 7 of us didn't run around blaming black women. We didn't run around cussing black women. We didn't run around speaking about 304s. We didn't run around talking about Pookies and Ray Rays, because as men, we was focused on the problem so that we could focus on the solution. 4 hours. 4 different generations of men. So from this day forth, don't tell me that black men can't get together and be able to communicate, to develop, and to put things into action. I am so proud of this community because we proved without a shadow of a doubt that when women do come to this panel, they will be protected at all costs. So we shut down the women image of black men don't protect black women. We shut it down. And we will continue to shut it down. Because real men don't go around attacking women. That's women attacking women. See, that's that feminine energy. Help me help you. I spoke very highly of all of you on Bernard Riley. I spoke about this community. I spoke about the strength. I spoke about the leadership. But I can't do it alone. Because a masculine man understands it ain't about him. It ain't about his feelings. It's about the mission. I don't do this for clout. Masculine men do it because they know it needs to be done. It isn't about me. It's about you. There's a lot of people that hate your uncle, but they don't realize you fight me, it ain't me, you fighting. Because this platform has never been about me. It's been about you the whole time. It's been about you 20-somethings the whole time. It's been about the 30-somethings the whole time. It's been about you 40-somethings the whole time. It's been about you 50-somethings the whole time. It's been about you 60-somethings the whole time. It's always been about you. It's never been about me. Never. Never has, never will. I've always said, help me, help you. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I said to you, the people in my community, hold me accountable just like I want to hold you accountable. If both of us is holding each other accountable, guess what? We got a solid, tight community. We got a solid community. And we're going to keep pressing forward. I know what happened over the week. So let me speak to a little something. Forget Christianity. I get to smile. Because if y'all ever study Western African spirituality, for the people that's listening, you can't hurt me. And you can't hurt my son. Because in the spirit of African tradition, being that most of them reject Christianity, whereas African tradition says that my son is not dead, he is very much alive. And he is with the ancestors. Do y'all know what that means? Let me break it down. You can see me coming. You can see his mama coming. But you damn sure can't see the dead coming. So you know what? May the peace be upon your lives. You can hide the evidence. But what did the Bible say when they said Abel slew Cain? He says, I hear from the blood. His tradition could never be destroyed by you. His love could never be destroyed by you. And if you thought you can break his mama down, sorry, busted, couldn't do it. Have you thought you can get me? The devil is a liar. So in the mighty name of Jesus, enjoy. Because one thing I learned, you never want to cross his mama. And for the mamas that remain silent, and that's what I'm going to do, remain silent. So now, to my blessed community, understand what the meaning of a masculine man is and what the meaning of a feminine man is. A masculine man ain't going to be sitting up here chasing you all day, all night, knowing you ain't giving them none. But them feminine brothers loves to do that. The feminine brothers, when you call them on their BS, They want to run and try to grab weapons like they somebody. Look, I'm a man. I'm a man. A real masculine man doesn't need to do that. He understands his role in his family. He understands his role in the community. He understands his role in business. And most of the time, a real masculine man, he ain't losing his life over foolishness. Them feminine brothers, they ain't got nothing to lose, and I get it. They ain't got a house, so they can't really protect it. They really ain't got no money, because if they got money, they wouldn't do the foolish things they do. Say, oh yeah, I'm about to step on some toes. See, I need you to understand, ladies, when a real man got real things and doing real things in his community, he got a lot to do. He don't want to deal with those type of people. So if you want to know, does a real man got something? Watch how he moves. Real men don't need to be showing you no Gucci's and cars and houses and jewelry. That's not how he moves. He moves according to the spirit of his God. He realized that all this material stuff, it don't mean a thing. Little boys thinks it means something. But the reality is, men that got money, they ain't showing it off. Men that know how to produce, they not looking at what another man makes. They just want to know, what do I need to do in order for me to produce? Every man wants his own land, his own property, and his own woman. Little boys want to take from everybody because they're not willing to put in the work to be the man they need to be. How I know? I'm a man. I'm not did I make changes and did I make mistakes in my life? Absolutely. Did I make wrong choices and made wrong decisions? Absolutely. But as my partner would always tell me, Uncle Stu, the biggest problem with black men is they don't have a self-awareness. What is self-awareness? The ability to look in the mirror at oneself and recognize, I did this wrong. Man, I need to change. Man, I'm tired of being broke, busting, and disgusting. I need to learn how to make some moves. I need to learn how to get up under a mentor that's going to teach me to be better in my money. A mentor that's going to teach me how to be better in my mind. A mentor that's going to teach me how to act and behave in social life. When you finally rock up and you live in certain neighborhoods, they call them gated communities. Why? Because they keeps the animals out and the people safe. So I need each and every one of you to know that we're going to work on self-awareness. I want you women to understand it's time to become self-aware. We are still in the state of emergency. And you can no longer keep running around saying, well, it's the men's fault. You can't no longer run around and say it's the women's fault. Damage is on both sides, and we need to put in the work. Now, I made a declaration on Bernard Riley's show. And in 6 months, you and I will not be embarrassed, because I said that I believe that if my women put in the work and my men put in the work, that they're coming to this platform to talk about they're now married. And they're going to stay married. They're going to learn how to go through a marriage and be able to come out on the other side. I'm going to close with this. For my people that want to sit here trying to figure out who I am, want to sit here and say, oh, he is money, 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 money. Oh, they go after money. Money, 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 money. So let me help everybody in my chat and those that's listening above my chat. It was a beautiful thing that, again, my partner, my right-hand brother taught me. Everything is about money. Watch how he broke it down. He said, when you wake up in the morning and you turn on the light, that's money. When you go to the bathroom and brush your teeth, that's money. The water. When you finish brushing your teeth and taking a shower, that's money. When you leave the shower and go into the kitchen and open up your refrigerator, you're burning electricity, that's money. And when you get your food and some of y'all cook your food, some of y'all blend your food, some of y'all just don't eat no food. Not because you ain't got the food, you just don't eat breakfast. All of that costs money. So being that all that costs money, YouTube ain't giving me no damn money. I had it before I got here. But let me say this for the people in the back. Why would I brag about what I have? And why would I brag about the money I make? What benefit is that to my people? If I can't teach them how to make more money than I make. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it 100. These crabs in the bucket mentality stuff has got to stop. But it's okay. It's all right. Because I know how to take them same crabs, put it in them boiling water, and throw some butter on it, and we going to eat good. My aunt taught me how to cook some crabs, so I got that crab mind. So, for the people in the back that want to try to calculate my dollar, question is, don't worry about my dollar. Worry about your dollar. I'm going to teach y'all something. Do y'all realize that YouTube really ain't paying all that much money? If you really think I'm getting a whole lot of money, and I don't want those that is giving super chats, etc. I love y'all. But if you ask the average content creator, the money ain't in super chats. Let me throw some of y'all a nugget. Do you realize that a content creator can have 10K subscribers and another content creator can have 5K subscribers, and financially the 5K can be whooping the 10K economically? But if you don't know how to make the money and you don't know how to treat this YouTube as a business and stop treating it as a hobby and treating it as a bully pulpit, you'll never make no money. And I ain't about to tell you how to do it, because it takes work. It takes real community. But I get it. What I see on YouTube, I see on the streets. The elites don't hang out in certain neighborhoods because they don't work too hard to get what they want. So why? What we have to recognize, ladies and gentlemen, is that the money I make, it goes right back into my business. I have employees. Why? Because I am one that wants to see my community grow. I ain't got to show receipts. You ain't the IRS. Only thing my community needs to know is that I'm putting in the work and the love for you. And there's a lot of people that want to see this community destroyed. There's a lot of people who they made their community about them. My community is about you. It's always going to be about you. Me and Chef Filipino, as XDMC says, we got a whole new seafood video coming out. I don't want to hold up your time. I want y'all to know that Ray and I is all right. Brown Eyes and I is all right. We doing all right, and we're going to continue to do all right. We just want to make sure you all right. Because it ain't been about us. It's been about y'all the whole time. So we want to make sure you all right. So before we close down this chat, I need to know from everybody in the chat, are you all right? Just matter of fact, can y'all find some ones and some hand claps? Just let me know, are you all right? It ain't about me. Are you all right? Amen and salute to you. Amen, amen. I feel you, XDFC. Yes. And y'all know what my big sister say. Where is it at? Where is it at? There you go. This is it right here. When y'all leave, y'all go find that song. No weapon formed or fashioned against me. It can and it will never prosper. Y'all go find that song. Make that your go away theme song. Because let me tell each and every single one of you something. When the enemy comes to attack you, know that you're doing something right. When the enemy comes to attack you, belittle you, he's doing his job. Now get on yours. Oh, y'all didn't catch that. Let me say it one more time. The people that attacked me was doing their job. And those that protected them was doing their job. And those that justified it was doing their job. That's how you know who the enemy is. The righteous has never been forsaken, nor their seeds has ever begged bread. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. So I want each and every one of you to know that Uncle Stu and Brown Eyes love you. And don't you worry about those who want to try to harm Uncle Stu. It's never been about Uncle Stu. One day they'll get it. If not, I don't know what to say. But again, it ain't about me. It isn't about Brown Eyes. It isn't about Dorian. It's always going to be about you. It never really was about a whole lot of other people. As I said, as you walk today, as you understand today, as you look at men today, you ask yourself today, for my men, am I operating in my total masculinity? And if I'm not, Uncle Stu said it's okay because he said, we're going to work that out. We're going to abort the femininity in me because he understands and has enough understanding and enough wisdom to know that I didn't get this way overnight. So it's not going to be turned around overnight. But today is the day. He said he will help me to get the femininity out of me so that I can stand in my full masculinity. Trust me, young man. I got more than enough men that will love on you, that will teach you, give you skills, give you knowledge, make you prosper in ways you never thought you could prosper. Trust me. I got them. They're surrounded by me. So now we got 5 minutes, and this is what I'm going to tell everybody. Don't let nobody intimidate you from your blessings. And don't you let nobody stop you from being the best woman or man you can be. There's a lot of people that's going to hate you. But it's never been about you. They hate you because they wish they can be you. Shout out to Freeman's Journal. You understand me, men? You understand me, ladies? There are people that'll sit here, take your picture, want to dox you. Let me tell you something. Let them do whatever they want to do. Because if you got nothing to do but talk about me all day, you ain't got a life. If you ain't got nothing better to do but talk about everybody on YouTube all day, I know that you ain't got a life. Even a man that got his own business ain't gonna sit up there and be looking at people all freaking day. But what do I know? As they say, I don't know nothing. But what I do know, this is a platform that's gotten results. And I got here not because of me, but because of each and every single one of you. And I am proud when I go out into the community. I'm proud when I can stand 10 toes down with Obsidian Media Network. I'm proud when I can stand 10 toes down with over there on the Bernard Riley show. I am damn sure 10 toes down happy when I can stand and get a letter from Lucchese that says, Uncle Stu, I got 292 subscribers and I don't even have a video. You can't even pull 292 subscribers standing up when the lead attorney calls your chat out. Come on, y'all. Don't tell me God ain't in the midst of this. I don't have to show receipts. You not the IRS. Best line I ever heard on you. Yes, sir. Y'all doing it. And y'all keep doing it. I'm going to continue and continue to fight for you. When I shout out, there is no jealousy. When I say, let's shout out, Courtney Michelle, 6K, ain't no hate over here. We ain't fighting for little riggets. I'm not fighting. There is 1 billion people on YouTube, and you think I'm gonna fight you over some pennies? When I had the ability to communicate with the world, we're gonna fight over a couple of people? Man, go ahead with that. Shout out to Womansphere versus Manosphere. I had to do some moving around. I had to let him know that I'm shifted, but he's making his rounds. He's doing what he needs to do. Shout out. Told you I don't play a hate. Shout out to you, sir. So I just want y'all to know, may the peace and the blessings of God go with you forevermore. When this chat is down, write something in the comments. Let me know what's going on. And before we leave, Victor Freeze Music, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your powerful knowledge, wisdom, and words. Much love to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Stu is out. Have a peaceful and blessed night. Peace.